I'm gonna get you din, all you no sugar, no cream fans. Now serving number 80, about number 80, right? I think it's what, 79?
Number 80?
80? 80?
No, number 70, I thought.
70? Is it 70?
Or are we 80?
No, something. It's a number. It's a number that's up there. What number is it? Well, guys, welcome back to another podcast.
It's number 80, but I entered it as number 70, so I have to correct that. It's number 80. You're right.
Yeah, number 80. All right, guys.
I went back in time.
And if I could turn back time. Guys, welcome back to another podcast. This is no sugar, no cream. And we are back with another one. And if you don't know it, no sugar, no cream is, then where are you at? What have you been? What have you been doing? Guys, it is Tuesday and we are live. Where you been? Where you at? Where you been doing what? What?
Pat, just raptly giving you 100% attention.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your sincerity, your honesty, your passion, your heart, your love, your consistency.
Let's not get carried away.
And above all else, your patience.
That's my number one attribute.
Tim,
patience.
Patience.
No doubt about it. My number one
the
attribute.
trait that has to be given a different name would pertain to Tim.
Everybody
Patience.
knows me as the most patient man in Nashville. I'm going to do a hashtag.
All right. Let's not be lying out just in the open like this. There's the window open, light that can come through, and I stand between you and God as far as this window, and I just don't want to be innocent bystander. Because the Lord knows my humility. All right. We're good. We're still alive.
It's springtime.
Springtime. Nice and warm.
The window's open so you can hear the traffic sometimes. AC, you haven't turned it on yet. In between that stage, in between a heater and an AC.
The sun is up. The fish is the
trees are blooming. Beautiful, beautiful flowers.
The tank is clean. The tank is clean. The tank is clean.
What are you even talking about? The tank.
That is a reference to a wonderful cartoon back in the day. One of the Pixar, good old Pixar. What was it? The fish one. Can't even think of it.
Finding Nemo.
Dory, Finding Nemo. Yep. They're freaking out because the tank is clean. It's like a really famous line. The tank is clean. But anyways, guys,
not to me, I guess. I'm got to catch up.
Got to catch up. It's okay, Tim. It's okay.
All right, I interrupted you. Go forward.
Why go forward when we go backwards?
Welcome
to another podcast. This is the beginning of the podcast. Once again, I'm just going to restart. I'm going to have a memory loss every 10 minutes and just restart the podcast. It's a little bit happened in the NFL. They're signing new people. They just like a bunch of stuff's going on. I was watching good old McAfee, and their teams are signing people. You know, people are excited. Things are happening. But nothing is as exciting as the NBA right now because you got the Tatum coming back.
Celtics really Tatum is back. Some people, I saw some people, there's mixed opinions as to whether Jason Tatum coming back from an Achilles tear.
Whoa. Let's just stop right there. I want you to know the only opinion I want is Tim Wolf's opinion.
Well, no, I have seen, that the chemistry, the Celtics without Tatum were second in the East and top 10 rating in defense and offense. And there are I saw a video of a Knicks fan, of course, so he's got a biased opinion. He said, he's going to interrupt the chemistry, and the Celtics are going to drop from second in the East to fourth. And he said, "Thank you, Celtics, because it's going to help the Knicks, because Knicks are tough, and it's going to be if we have to play them in the playoffs, it'll be a tough."
We almost got your opinion there. You were sharing your opinion, then you quickly switched to somebody else's opinion.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Well, no, I'm a realist. I mean, I want my team to win, but they have days, they have games where they play like they can beat anybody in the league, in the world, even extraterrestrial aliens if they came and played basketball. And then there are other times they seem like
that would be called Space Jam.
Space Jam, yes. Other times they play like they're mid, like a play-in team. They just can't get out of their own way. When you're shooting a lot of threes, which they do, and you have a night where you're not hitting those threes, and you got a 25%, make average on your threes, and you keep throwing them up there, bombing them up, and you keep missing them, which they've had a number of games like that. The odds of you winning that game go way down.
Yeah.
So
what, we're just 2 games in with Tatum.
2 games
playing tonight.
Playing tonight.
Looking pretty good with Tatum. He's
Tonight
not showing any rust. He's showing.
Well, he's not as fast. He's not the Tatum that left. He's still getting he's tired. You see when there's a break, he's huffing, grabbing his shorts, hands on the hips, which is sign
not
that
the Tatum that left. Do you think they cloned him?
Huh?
You say he's not the Tatum that left. So maybe
no,
they
he's
cloned
not
him?
the Tatum in the condition that he was when he left.
Oh, condition. I was like, uh-oh. I knew it. Like it's always been a conspiracy. People say people are being cloned, and Tim just confirmed it. But no, that would be yes.
No, I didn't.
That was quite the. What was it? The Taurus? What was the injury he had?
Achilles tendon.
Achilles tendon. Yes. Okay. I was about to say it correct, but I was like, questioning myself.
So it's just. He came back faster than I think almost anyone ever has. Usually you're out for the entire season, especially when it happened in May. And so it wasn't even quite 10 months, and it's supposed to be a full 12 months. And there are people, myself included, a little worried that he came back too soon, but they've got the best medical team. And supposedly, they did clear him. And with each game goes by and he doesn't, re-injure something, I get a little more confident. So the first game he had a double-double, 15 points, and I think 10 or 11 rebounds. I forgot how many rebounds. Or no, was it assists? It was rebounds that got him the double-double. And then the second game, he had 20 points. I don't think he had quite at a double-double, but he had like 8 rebounds and a bunch of assists. And he's fitting right in. He had a couple key three-pointers against who were they playing? They were playing the Cavaliers, who had been the Cavaliers got James Harden, the beard, and the Cavaliers were on a tear. I think they'd lost 1 game since they had won like 8 or 9 games and lost 1. So since Harden had joined them, and the Celtics kind of, it was never in doubt, really. They're up at 20 at halftime. But tonight will be a big test. On the road, Western Conference, Spurs with Wemby, the alien. Talking about aliens, he's an alien. Wemby's like a 7'5", I think, but he plays like a guard. He can shoot. He towers over everyone else, and he's young. I think he's only in his 2nd or 3rd season, and maybe 3rd season, I think. And he's from France. He will be MVP one day, multiple-time MVP, I think, if he doesn't get injured, God forbid. That'll be a test, playing against the Spurs. So, and then OKC after that, who's defending champion and number 1 in the West, has the best record in the entire NBA. Interesting, between the Spurs and the Thunder, they played 4 times, and the Spurs beat them the first 3 times, and the Thunder finally beat them the 4th time. And so it's like Spurs have the Thunder's number, but the Thunder is above them in the rankings. So there's your basketball corner for you.
Yeah, too bad Nuggets couldn't pull off the win last night against the OKC. They ended up losing by 3. They were doing pretty good, because that would have been nice to see OKC get knocked down to pedestal, because they really are not completely untouchable, but definitely.
I would say favorite. I mean, the odds
looking
probably
good.
give them the favorite. And I looked up the odds. The Spurs are favored by the betting odds to win tonight. Of course, I support the Celtics, and I don't think that's the case. I think it's like 3 points or a very small margin. The Spurs are favored to win because they are at home. So, I mean, it'll be a test. It'll be heat check, as they say, for the Celtics. How well they can do.
We'll see where they are. I mean,
if they lose both of these games to the Spurs and OKC, Celtics fans are going to have to say maybe even with Tatum we're not that great. If we win both games, Celtics fans will be already crowning the Celtics as the de facto champions for this year. But and this is the regular season. It don't mean nothing. If you win them both or lose them both or split them, whichever, it don't mean nothing because it's not the playoffs.
Yep. Hopefully, if there's a little bit of rust still left, and got a player that hasn't played back meshing, which they always seem to be meshing pretty good. Hopefully, they'll be on their best level of play.
Peyton Pritchard didn't play tonight, though. He's on the injury report.
Pritchard is.
Yeah, he's on the injury report.
All right. Well, we can't watch the game tonight.
Pritchard is one of our favorite players, Peyton Pritchard. Peyton, if you're watching, because I know you're not playing tonight, so you're not getting ready for the game, so you're probably checking us out. I'm quite sure.
For sure.
We'd love to have you on the podcast. Open invitation anytime. When you're not busy, of course.
I mean, we'll allow you to come on as soon as you get Tatum to come on the podcast, and we'll let you.
Tim and Seth living in a world of delulu.
Welcome to this world of delusion. Is there something in the coffee no one knows? Yeah. So it's exciting. It's so happy to see him back. Loving it. We got a game next Friday.
Yeah. We're going to see the Celtics play the Grizzlies.
You might have mentioned it, but we'll mention it every Tuesday until the.
Are there any Grizzlers in Memphis area?
Because we would love to yell in your face and tell you how much your team stinks. In a loving,
do you know why they're called
way.
The Grizzlies?
Well, I think because they're from Canada. It was in Canada.
Yeah. Ding ding.
No.
Ding.
Thank you for your contribution to the table, Tim. Tim was see with me get all these little decorations, so he had to find him something to decorate the table, and we are so thankful. It has created so much enjoyment, and we really appreciate Tim and his contributions.
The pain on your face. The bell. But from now on, every time you get something right, the right answer, we have to ring the bell. So you
never wanted to be so wrong in my life, but I'm just too smart. Maybe something not so smart will come out of me like Rockstar Rick. He's not the brightest. He's not the brightest rock in the batch. You heard that one before? Brightest rock in the batch? No, I just created it.
You did, yes, and it's not
nobody will say
of being repeated. It's not worthy of being repeated, but
okay. Well, I think we know that by the context, the creativiness,
and we're also got tickets to go to Graceland.
Yeah, the next day we're going to Graceland.
Never been to Graceland. I've never been. I can't believe I've never been. So, I mean, I've heard it maybe is kind of deteriorated or really is, over the years. Going to Graceland, I remember Paul Simon had that big album in the 80s. I'm going to Graceland. And I've been in Memphis numerous times, but I've never been to Graceland. And I'm super excited to go see Elvis's.
It'll be interesting to see some history.
Yeah.
You always learn some new things about him, and
it's expensive. The family, apparently the estate, is cashing in on his notoriety, and it's like $85 for the ticket. I think it was something like that. Was that what it was? $70, 85, like $85 for a ticket. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You want to see Elvis? Elvis the Pelvis?
Yeah, we already paid it. So
we already paid it. So
we gotta go.
We're going. And then I'd also, if we had time, but I don't know if we'll be able to. I'm interested in Stax Records, the studio where they recorded all those great hits. And even if it's still standing, I got to research it. Sun Records, where Elvis recorded his first hits, and nobody knew who he was, and he was doing a song, and Sam Phillips was there, and he didn't sound that great. And then they realized that if they let him gyrate his hips and dance while he sang at a whole different level. So they realized that in the studio, and they did.
That's hilarious. I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah, that based on what I've heard. Yeah, if you make him stand still, he can't.
He just got the music.
Yeah, he just got the music. They got the vibe
and the level of.
Yeah. And his first, he did a take of a Mama Thornton's song. And that was his big hit, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was a African-American artist that he just basically copied or covered it and introduced it to white audience because they'd never heard it. And it became a big hit. His That's All Right, Mama. That's all right, Mama. That's all right. That was his first real big single. They recorded that first session when they realized that he could dance based on my memory. Now, those of you who know probably more in detail, feel free to correct. Oh, I forgot. I got to be checking the comments.
All right, baby. I'm all shook up. Mm-hmm. All right now.
What? I thought we were live. We weren't live on Instagram. I thought we were. Now we're live. What the heck?
That's all right, baby. That's
Sorry,
all right.
I thought we were live.
That's all right, baby.
We've been live on other channels, but somehow you missed the first, how many minutes? 20 minutes or so?
That's all right, baby.
I was sure that I hit live for Instagram, but my apologies to those of you.
That's all right, baby. I'm all shook up. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm Elvis Presley. What? What's happening? Uh-oh, I'm getting one of those looks from Tim's. Uh-oh. I guess I need to write another apology. Hello.
No, it's
my
fine.
name is Seth.
You do exercise your creativity as you wish, Seth. That's what makes you you.
I'm special.
You are special.
How special am I, Uncle Tim?
Oh, just the most special nephew on this podcast.
Man, it sure took you a while to figure out how to say that small sentence there. Gosh, you're just special. That's what my teacher said.
Well, what else is going on, Seth? What else? What other subjects? Maybe other than sports, or you got any trips planned coming up? Any cruising?
No, we just planned that one. I've thought about, going to Vegas for a couple days or going down to Florida. Thought about it. I still, back of my head, thought about going to a month or two down to Cozumel, and just kind of just hanging out there, staying at like an Airbnb or something. You can find a decent Airbnb for like $20-$30 a night, and that'd be kind of fun to basically go live in another country for a month or two. So that's something that I've been thinking about doing for a while.
Have you known anyone who's gone to Cozumel and stayed there?
Well, I mean, been there. So there's so many times on cruises.
Yeah, but I don't.
That I've gotten familiar with the stop. So, but I don't know of anybody that's stayed there.
I got to say that I think that
definitely pretty Americanized. A lot of get my Starbucks if I want and all that, and been to the movie theaters there.
I think staying there for a month is going to be a bit different than just getting off a cruise ship and getting off the cruise ship by night. That just may be a different experience, a bit different.
Yeah, I mean, I could always really come back early if I wanted to. But my thought was like I was gonna go get a hotel for a couple weeks and then try to meet some locals and stuff and trying to find a better hookup to book something off the books, like just find somebody that would let me book directly at their hotel or something and find a good spot.
I realized, so I'm putting on the screen here, whoop, 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 from, this is an older comment because I wasn't watching them. My apologies. And then hide that. And then Beantown represent. Love it. Whoops. This is from BL Boomach Jake, I think. And then here's a 2-0.
What's happening?
No, these are the comments.
We had. Comments.
2-0. I don't know what that means, but 2-0. I'm just putting
them
on the screen.
They're saying 2-0? Oh.
2 point, just the comment was the number 2.0.
Well, we couldn't live without that. Wow, you guys, thank you for your input.
Same person. Jake, same person made those 3 comments. So, thank you, Jake.
Thanks, Jake from State Farm. Let's get back to work now.
Let's go over to Instagram, see if we got any comments over here. No comments. So,
but I thought about going to a music festival or something this summer. Always keep my eye out for a new vehicle. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. I mean, partly because I was going to maybe go out of town for a couple months. So I was like, I don't want to, but definitely want to get an SUV or something like that. But then Tim's got this nice Porsche and makes me want to put a nice Porsche right next to his. They're in the garage. That look pretty sharp. Look pretty sharp in there. That'd be a cool looking garage.
It would. Can you tell us what happened to your last car?
Thanks for watching the podcast. So we're going to wrap it up, everybody. No, it got stolen right off the road.
Yeah, right in front of the house.
So I definitely, nowadays it's pretty easy to, we could have a camera point on it.
All the neighbors were shocked because this is a nice residential, suburban neighborhood.
I guess it's easy to steal my car, and especially if you have a flatbed. Cop came over to document it for me, and he saw some scrapes over there. It looked like somebody probably took a tow truck and put it on the tow truck and took off with it, and and that's the last of that. So I didn't have complete full coverage, but I mean, I didn't pay an arm and a leg for it. In fact, I got a really good deal for it too at the time during the COVID. You couldn't get a vehicle for less than $5,000. Everything was sold, being sold because people were just buying up everything, like houses, everything. Like it was just a crazy time as far as like people were just at home and just spending all their money basically, like they were gonna, like the world was ending or something. And then so yeah, it's funny, it didn't get stolen while I was gone for a month. I come back, I use it once or twice, and then go outside and wonder, where's my car?
But it did. We've determined. We thought that a contributing factor that it would sit there in the same spot for a long time, and even if you did move it, you parked in the same spot. So they probably thought it was abandoned.
They might have thought it had been there for a long time. But my thought was, okay, maybe the HOA, and HOA doesn't do anything like that. So we are in one of the HOAs where they're not complete jerks and do all kinds of stuff that, oh my gosh, I can't even watch those anymore. Those HOAs things, they make me cringe. Just the thought of having to deal with HOAs. In fact, they're trying to change some of that stuff, give them less power, just because it's just got out of control where people have like lost their houses over just the stupidest stuff because of a bill that, like, say they have something up on their property and they keep on getting billed for it, and then someone lost had a vehicle. They were out of town for like a week, had a vehicle in their parking lot, and they said it was a nuisance and all that. It was a project that it was worth like $50,000, and it was a project that was about to be restored, and they ticketed them for it a couple times, and then they just jacked the thing. They literally just stole it out of their yard and took it to the dump or something. and the person didn't even really get a notification, I don't think, because they were out of town for like a couple weeks, and they completely took their vehicle.
What state was that in?
I'm not sure what state it was in, but it was one of those crazy HOA things. And they took him to court, and the judge was not very happy with the HOA. So he got at least his money, but probably hard to replace that vehicle. Probably hard to come by another one of those vehicles to remodel if it's like $50,000. So, but yeah, people, it's funny. Like, it's just one of those situations where like probably one of the easiest thing to do is get voted in at like an HOA thing.
Nobody wants to do that job,
right? And so then, I got the power.
Yeah, if you're power hungry, you can.
I'm like,
that,
goodness gracious,
yeah.
you must not have a life to make to. They'll put it in the movies. They put a HOA thing in Tulsa King, and of course in Tulsa King he's a gangster. He's a gangster.
Sylvester Stallone.
And he moves in this neighborhood. I think he's just written it, have a place for his family, and HOA guy pulls up in the go-kart and starts squawking about something, and what's the character?
Well, it's Sly Stone.
Sly Stone is playing him, and he is nothing but nice to him, and very, very, super, super nice. And the guy goes home and ends up completely. It was the next day or two. Completely changes his tune and is kissing the ground he walks on because, well, he ended up seeing a news thing come about who his neighbor was, and he didn't have all his screws loose because he realized, oh yeah, I shouldn't mess with this guy. He's a gangster, and people die at times that are associated with him. And he's too completely changed. Oh my goodness. Which I never finished that one. I got all into the other new shows. Finally, Yellowstone is back in a new way. The one of the lead character, that's the son, came back with a new show. And they put it on CBS, and they put it on Paramount Plus, the app, and it comes out Sunday nights. And we're just two episodes in, and it's fantastic. I love it. It's basically just continuation off of Yellowstone, if you've seen Yellowstone, and he joins a elite group of marshals, and there's like a cast of like 6 people or so. Some people from the original, like 3 or 4 guys from the original Yellowstone, and it's really good so far. And they still 3 more offshoots of the Yellowstone, or one that's in the same world, but it's a completely new family that comes out in a month. And then you got the couple, those really good characters. They have a new show where that comes out later this year, and I'm so bad with names, but it was the daughter and the main employee who were in a relationship, and they buy a farm somewhere else, and basically it's their love story continued, and which is amazing. She basically played the crazy chick that always got stuff done, and loved the main character very much, her father, but didn't take crap from anybody. But the Duttons, they're all Duttons. So they got like 2 Duttons continuing on with the shows. And then you had this the smaller character in the show that went on to work at in Texas at 666, which is 4 6s. So not Satan's number, just add 1 more 6 and it's a different special number at 4 6s, which is a real ranch. So they haven't been able to start filming because like they have to coordinate with all these people that live there and everything, and to make it happen. But they have the guy that was in that Dutton's Ranch at Yellowstone not going. He they already showed him in the past seasons him going down to Texas, and now it's the continuation of him being there in Texas, and just all the there's talks that Matthew McConaughey might be in that, which would be awesome if he had a lead role in that. That would be so perfect. But,
all right.
Which is a perfect fit down in Texas, and that's where the 4 Sixes is. It's a
So you're saying the 4 Sixes is a real location?
Real location, and it was bought by the producer. What I'm gonna look up his name. I always forget his name. You know.
Taylor Sheridan.
Thank you, Taylor Sheridan, who has just produced a crazy amount of good shows.
Had anybody heard of Taylor Sheridan like 5 years ago? I mean, he's just
exactly
he's just
10 plus years ago
or 10 years ago.
He had like he started. I mean, people just knew him as a small bit part in different shows. Again, he had a small part like in Sons of Anarchy, and it's kind of funny people talking about him and how I think he got killed off of that even or something.
The
character did. So he just small parts, and then I guess he figured out he could write, and there's even been a couple prequels. Mayor of Kingstown, that show is amazing. They're about to make the 4th, maybe last season. They're about to start filming that. And that's about a prison, the gang, and then the local police, and the mayor of Kingstown basically tries to keep everybody alive as possible, and working with the prison and the police, and the premise of that, the first season, his brother is killed off. Spoiler alert, and he takes his spot, and that.
Am I going to have to edit this video to edit out that part?
No, that's fine. That's I said spoiler alert after I said it. That's okay. If that really doesn't ruin anything. That's, I mean, that was just really how it was set up. But man, Kevin Costner really revitalized his career a little bit in ways, because he was the lead role and just amazing, complete jerk character that he was able to play in Yellowstone. But so looking forward to the other 2 or 3, and then one of the new shows. But Taylor Sheridan, it's kind of crazy. Basically, everything he touches is turned to gold. But I think he's got a new deal with a new studio, so he might even be going to somebody else other than Paramount. But speaking of movie stuff, Netflix was making a big. It was about to happen. Netflix was about to buy, WB, and it would be HBO Max and all that for like 80 billion or something like that. I think it was it 80 billion? Yeah, it's crazy. And in fact, a lot of the stockholders were freaking out, and the stock was plunging pretty good. And they ended up Paramount was competing with them, and they had a deal that was done, but Paramount ended up having to ended up getting the deal because it was just more money. And
you're right. 82.7 billion.
So
Paramount offered 80.
A lot of money. Like 100 billion, right?
No, 82.7. It must have been to the decimal points. So 27.75 per share is what.
Right, for WB or whatever.
Is what Paramount offered.
So who knows who would have run it better? I mean, a lot of people were nervous that Netflix wouldn't have utilized the theater. They were saying they would. And so they would have, a lot of these films wouldn't have made as much money like at the box office and stuff. And but we'll never know. I think it would have been cool to see Netflix, but Netflix seem what Netflix would have done with it. But yeah, definitely it's good for these movies if they go to the theater. But yeah, but Paramount Plus is killing it now. I mean, got the UFC now. They got WB and everything there. I mean, so they're gonna have to keep on turning off. I mean, they just piled on quite a bit of debt, so hopefully they can keep it rocking and rolling. I don't know if they're gonna merge HBO Max with Paramount Plus. I think they might be, but we'll see what happens. You know, there's a lot of like so the WB has like DC, which is Batman, Superman, and all that. So that's a big deal because all that is in production and stuff. So what happens with that is kind of will be interesting.
Well, I would say there's going to be a consolidation. I mean, if you look at the history of businesses, you know, you have fragmentation at the early stages of a business, but as a market, not business market, as a market matures, there's consolidation, and you often end up with 3 big players, and you can find that in many markets. Let's talk about network TV before there was cable. For decades and decades and decades, it was 3: CBS, NBC, and ABC. And then Fox came along as the 4th one, kind of mixed it up a bit. And then cable came along and everything fragmented. And now we often complain you want to find something. If you have someone who you meet and maybe you're on opposite extremes of the political aisle or what have you, I guarantee you can find commonality complaining about how many trying to watch something and how many channels you have to have. Like even if you're just trying to watch a football game, you know, because it's on so many different channels depending on what night it is and what event it is. Basketball, same thing. So there's so much fragmentation, and I would say that there's going to be consolidation if it follows not every other, but most business markets follow that. They consolidate. I mean, back in the day, automobiles, there were many manufacturers of automobiles, many. And they all got bought up and consolidated. Studebaker and Pontiac and Chevrolet and, you know, so many different ones, and they all got consolidated. And for the longest time, there were only 3 big ones in the U.S. And now that's fragmented because there's international ownership, but it was GM, Ford, and Chrysler for decades and decades. So you can find that model. There were 3 big music. I think there might be down to 2 now. There's Universal and there's Sony, and
now could you say it away? The third one is just being independent. Like that's become a new thing.
Maybe, yeah. So I mean, it's pretty common. I mean, it's not hard and fast, but generally speaking, you look at most markets, you got 3 major players, unless somebody has a monopoly. Phones, okay, phones or operating system for phones. You got Apple, you got Android. And then there's the Google. What's their operating system? It's a different operating system than Android. Google has their own operating system. Can't think of what it is now. But you got 3 basic operating systems for computers. You know, pick pretty much any other market if there isn't a monopoly and it's big enough. So right now, the cable market is incredibly fragmented. It's so frustrating. How many I want to watch something and you basically I just Google it. Where is this? Which channel is this on? And it's a pain. So it's consolidate. You just made the comment that you thought HBO would merge with, was it Paramount? You thought
with Paramount because they just bought it. That's
so
part of the deal.
If I had to bet, without knowing anything about it, I don't know anything about the purchase and the details. But consolidation is probably the way. I mean, because there's no reason to have all these different platforms if down the road. I mean,
yeah, you see them teaming up. I mean, right now for what 15, 16, I think paying about $17. You could have like Disney Plus. I got Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max. So I got the 3 of those, all for one price, so, which is a decent deal. But then there's you got all these other providers too. And I think we'll see cable channels just kind of, I mean, over the next 10 or so years, probably just drop off like crazy. I would think, because I mean, people are not watching. I mean, let alone are mostly going to streaming, but yet, I mean, what the biggest thing you kind of watch now on TV would, if you're not watching streaming, would be some of the live stuff, and a lot of that's going to streaming too. But I mean, like, we got a lot of these different cable shows. I mean, we thought MTV was going out of completely out of business, but I don't know. Maybe they're not doing new productions, but it still exists. But I mean, a lot of these cable channels are,
wait a minute here,
are going to just completely fall off because of their popularity.
We lost camera.
Uh-oh. We offline?
We don't have a camera. Let's see what's going on here.
Is it dead, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, it's plugged in, though.
That are not Canon, like there's
Yeah, his battery's dead. I wonder if their audio is still there. It's charging. You want to end the podcast, or?
That's fine. We'll probably. I mean, are we still online?
It says we're live.
Well, if you guys can hear us, we lost video.
Let's do this. Let's go to.
I mean, we'll probably want to delete that one, right? If we just leave.
I don't think so. Why? Okay, now we are. Can you see? Well, there's Seth. It'd have to be far
so now
away.
you have it on there?
No, yeah, but
all right. Well, guys, we lost video. Cell phone went dead. It happens, but hopefully, but those things happen. We're live. It happens, and that's why we're the best live podcast in the world. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.